So we made it to this thrift store. I have like an hour or so to kill, and I figured I'd jump back into this YouTube thing. Like, you guys gotta see what I can find and what I've been finding. You've been missing out. Or I've been missing out. One of us has been missing out. Either way, first thing I'm gonna do, and pro tip, is to figure out where the bathroom is. Pretty sure it's a porta potty out front. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I go in, because without a doubt, almost every single time you go into one of these thrift stores, you gotta go. So make sure you know where the closest bathroom is so you can do that. And also bring in my emotional support water bottle. Don't judge me. I actually really use this thing everywhere I go. I take it with me. So we're gonna go bathroom. We're gonna go inside and see if there's anything super worth flipping. I don't need anything right now. Like, I need something, like I need a screwdriver in my ear at this point, but I have time to kill and I have a problem. And if you do too, then let's go and, you know, do some thrift therapy together. Okay, see you inside. So this place is kind of a twofer. There's an antique market, or what I call a vendor mall over there, where like people have their individual booths and stuff's a little more curated but super cool. And then over here is the thrift store side, and then there's the bathroom. So we're gonna brave that real quick so we don't have to do it later, because we're definitely gonna have to do it later. So anyway, TMI, let's do it. So since I have not yet mustered up the amount of courage it takes to speak out loud while I'm filming at the thrift store, especially when there's other people in there. There wasn't a lot of people in there. It was pretty quiet actually on this day. It's quiet in here. I'm gonna do a voiceover. So the first section of this store is books. I would consider books to definitely be what we would call sleepers, because you can make a whole entire living off of just books alone if you have the time to sit there and scan them and sell them on Amazon, or sometimes the older books you can sell on eBay or other platforms as well. And the next section here is games, board games, things like that. I thought these apple ornaments were cool, but they were all super cracked and not in very good shape, so I left them behind. But I did see games from my childhood, like Risk there. A bunch of puzzles and stuff. This is a toy section, and it's not really my niche to sell toys, but really I'll sell anything that'll make me a profit. That's the name of the game. And sometimes you do find some cool plush or old toys and things like that that people would definitely buy. There's a little jewelry section and some makeup and stuff like that right here. Again, jewelry is something that I really love selling, but this store doesn't really have a super great selection. Fun 80s or 90s couch there. The rest of this little bit of section is furniture, so look how cool the legs on that table are. I want to say it was $90 for that table, but this first section is a lot of furniture, really cool, like angled desk, cabinets and chairs and that kind of a thing. I do not have any more space in my house for any type of furniture, so, but I do browse through it because you never know what might jump out to you or what might speak to you that you've got to have. One in my car is like too small anyway. I thought this was interesting because they were just, it's for display only. I suppose that the Binghamton University is selling this dorm furniture, which is cool. It's pretty interesting, good looking furniture, but I guess you contact the university to be able to buy it. I don't know, I've never seen anything quite like that in a thrift store. Interesting side tables and that kind of jazz, another floral couch. And those are pretty common in thrift stores as far as I can tell. So this first section of hard goods or home goods here, some mugs and some glassware, as it says. I thought this was interesting. It was like a bottle that someone had turned black. Looks like someone blacked the bottle and made it into a vase or something. A little shade for a lamp. Shade. Pretty cute. I'm being really, oh, I didn't even see that like radish teapot. That was cool. The things you see when you go back and look. Some little wicker furniture for dolls. Sometimes people put plants on them, stuff like that. So anyway, like I was saying, I'm being very, very picky on this day because I have so much inventory in my quote-unquote death pile at this point that I definitely did not need anything. And this thrift store tends to price things kind of high, but they do have sales pretty much every day, so depending on the color of the tag. And I won't find out what the sale color is until I get over to the clothing section. So that's where they put the signs up for it. This was like a craft goods type of a section. Again, sometimes you can find little gems in there. I only had about an hour to spend in the store, so I knew there was other sections that I would find things that I really wanted in. I thought this dress was super pretty. At first I thought it was curtains, then I saw it was a dress, and it's very pretty. Cute. Then I saw the price tag and I was like, never mind. They wanted $35 for it. No thanks. I did find out later that the blue tags are not on sale, and every other color is on a tiered, like either 10% or 20% off or more, depending on the color.
Oh my god, these are adorable.
Of the tag. So these were really cute. I'm not even sure what these are. Like, I guess baby blankets, because they weren't. I thought they were pillowcases.
No, they have some specials that
they
go on.
didn't have any openings to put a pillow in, so it was kind of like runners or something. I don't know. The cat pattern, that cat. Little kitties on there, so cute.
There's no like openings.
Love cats. Other people love cats. They tend to sell really well, especially if it's really cute, or kitschy or unique.
I'm gonna take them because they're cute.
So anything with cats on it, I'm always looking at. I did put those in my cart, but I ended up putting them back.
I also don't have a ton of time today, so I'm gonna go through pretty quick.
I didn't really see anything else on this linens racks here that I couldn't live without. So I kept it moving, and we had like this Easter rack. They have a lot of I don't know what you would call it, new stock stuff that's like still in the box. I'm not sure how they get all of that, if they do. I don't know. Anyway, I saw this lamp from across the room. Super cool mid-century gooseneck lamp, and you can tell by the plug there. That type of plug for sure is mid-century.
And I wonder if it works.
It's got the conical shades. It's fully adjustable.
It has bulbs in it.
I was not sure if it worked or not, but I was willing to take the chance. I think it was $6.99 for that.
It fell off.
The felt bottom thing fell off. It was pretty gross anyway, so it's not a big deal. Could always make one to put on there, or put that one back on there, or sell it without it. Those little baskets were modern. They were cool. Interesting. Dream catcher. Some grass. A roll of grass if you need it. This candle holder was also really cool. I couldn't tell if it was modern or vintage. I really tend to sell vintage mostly or only, but if I do find modern stuff that fits the vibe or is just really cool, I will also pick it up, but I did not get that because it's big and chunky and I don't want to ship it. And
I'm already regretting putting the cat things in my cart because I'm going to have to bring them back.
This next shelf, there was some cute things, a little unicorn. This chalkware ship
would be like
bookend, but there was only one of them.
Bookend.
It was in kind of rough shape. I mean, most chalkware stuff is
the dad pen just in time for Father's Day.
The keychain, world's best dad. So some neat things here, but nothing was really jumping out to me.
Super jump out at me. My hip is hurting, so if I make weird noises, just be aware. That's why.
Just some small things that
toilet.
Some were kind of interesting, but for the most toilet there. For the most part, I left all of that behind.
Pretty deep. The ginger jar.
And if I find something that really jumps out to me and I'm like on the fence about it, I'll look it up. You know, do a quick Google image search and so just see if there's a bunch more of them out there or what they're kind of selling for. So wicker lamps have always done really well for me. Even these white painted ones, like how cute would this be in a nursery or a boho room or space?
It's definitely vintage
like
and really
country
cute.
Cottage type
And wicker
vibe.
stuff sells really well.
So that I picked up. They can bring some good money and they usually sell.
Those are interesting.
Thought this was interesting. It was like a donkey or something. It was like a donkey and a dude.
Oh, wow.
The dude was a donkey. And then I saw this, and I love brown. Brown is my favorite color, so anything brown really stands out to me. I like wood objects.
$4.99 now.
But this was a very interesting
bottle, I guess.
what
It's
the special is.
stoneware made out of some sort of clay or ceramic.
Certain days, because this is pretty cool.
And just the shape of it was very cool. It looked like
Got that modern,
but it wasn't. This I would have got if it was a little cheaper. It's cups,
$8.
holder things, and a tray. They wanted $8 for the set though, and I'm not gonna pay that.
Halloween is one of my favorites. I know it's a lot of
Try and
people's
get
favorites.
a low buy-in cost, so we have the best return
I'm just
profit.
gonna glance over because I don't have time.
Halloween, one of my favorite categories. It's always hard to find really good Halloween stuff in the thrift store because I am not the only one who's one of the, who loves Halloween. A lot of us do. It tends to be like just kind of weird standard Halloween stuff. More things on the wall that were kind of cool. This thing said it was a pattern maker. Of course, I gotta push it and click it, make the sound.
These are interesting, definitely modern.
These are
plastic or something.
mid-century inspired, but they are modern pieces. I don't know what they were made of. It was like a weird plastic or resin. Some sort of dispenser.
Oh, this would have something on top
a
of it.
jar
So
on
like
top. And it would dispense your
dispense
whatever, beans,
stuff. This
grains,
is
whatever you
cool.
put in their coffee. This was really cute. I think they were asking
Taiwan,
$2.99. Yeah, $2.99. It was on sale.
Something I would normally pick up, but not today.
As well. I'm just being extra picky. The little expandable racks, accordion
Expanding rack,
racks.
I have tons of them.
They tend to sell, and they're pretty good buy, but I just have so many of them.
Brown's
right
my
now.
favorite color. I love things
So I
made
didn't
out of
pick
wood.
up.
So
I
you
found
might
one
notice
time that had like
line here
100
somewhere.
pegs on it. It was insanely huge, and it sold on eBay
Things I'm
for
drawn to tend
really
to be
good money. So keep an eye out
brown
for
or made out of
the,
wood.
the larger ones. Tend to do better. Little
$4.99.
trinket shelf. I almost picked up for myself. But it'll just give me an excuse to get more stuff that I don't need to put on.
So that cabinet is really cool.
I thought that cabinet was pretty cool. And just, they have stuff hanging on the wall. Nothing super exciting, but
Seeing a ton else. We have a record
definitely
player there.
gonna look. So this is where they have like tools
This is like
and
tools and stuff, which I don't
new
care
stock
about.
stuff, like things in the box, as well as more furniture and wall hangings.
Furniture. I am in the market for a new couch.
I'm in the market for a new couch, but I just have
Also
my
a small
little car, so I cannot pick up furniture like that when I am out by myself. I don't have a way to get it home. My legs.
My legs.
Pretty mirror there.
Blockages.
Art Deco kind of style.
That's cool.
Oh, so here, this thing is a giant. It's either Burwood or Homeco. I haven't
Quite hard, but that might help
looked at the back of it yet. I did get this. I brought it home. I looked up comps too, and they look pretty decent. So if it does sell, it'll be kind of a pain in the butt to ship, but it'll be worth doing because
like
of
new old
the
stock
return
stuff in
for
here
it.
too
And I
sometimes.
think I paid $7.99 for that.
I'm being quiet.
Big
because
old
stuff we
picture.
share.
And then when I went to check out, the lady at the
Talking
checkout was
out
like,
loud, like I'm
"Oh, I
talking to
love this.
myself."
This is great.
Well, that old school.
That's really cool." And then that old wooden thing, exercise machine, coat rack. Anyway, so then the next thing she picked up, she's like, "That's really cool too." And I was like, "Well, I kind of thrift for a living, so it's kind of my job to pick out the cool things, I guess." Some Nikes. There was some other little belts and interesting items on this shelf, but I did not end up picking any of it up. They were made to look like 80s belts, but they were definitely new.
That's cool.
And that was cute, but for $2 I left it behind. I know that sounds really cheap. Oh, $2. But if I bought every $2 thing I thought was cool, then I would have to buy a bigger house to store it in. This section is shoes, hats, scarves, gloves. Some really good camera work there. This bag was interesting to me. I guess it's like a zodiac thing, but I couldn't figure out exactly what it was. 'Cause it didn't have a handle or anything. Maybe part of a Halloween costume or something. I don't know. So the shoe section, shoes are not super in my wheelhouse. I'm able to tell if a shoe has a certain brand or a certain style that's popular that will sell. But for the most part, I tend to veer away from shoes just because they just don't do it for me, I guess. And there's so many other things at the store. I didn't even go through the clothing this day. I ran out of time to go through any of the clothing, and maybe next time I come back here we'll go through the clothing, and then I'll take you over to the antique mall or the vendor mall. This purse was really cute. Vintage. Too close up to it to see it super well. Kind of looked like a bowling bag in a way. Like a tweed bag. Normally I would pick that up too, but I was being super picky again. I just repeat myself. I was being picky. Found some Sorel boots down here on the floor. The big old winter boots. For like, if they were real cheap, I would have maybe picked them up, but they wanted $35 or something for these, so nope. No big ya. Oh, nice little blackout moment there. Nothing too exciting in the shoe section. A couple things that kind of stood out to me, but I wouldn't take them home, especially not on this day. So here's where I stopped and found the discount sale, whatever flyer thing. So they had 20% off purple, 10% off pink, 30% off red, and 45% off any other color. No sale for blue items. And 50 cents, I guess, is the lowest price on anything. So if it was $1 or less than $1 to begin, I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, that was what was on sale this day. I'm just going through the items because I always look at them a couple times just to make sure there's nothing broken or that I didn't notice. And then also pause, take some time to do a little bit of research and look them up. Oh, that was where I put those back. I put them back on this rack. That was stuff going out. And I looked through that little clothing rack a little bit. This one looked like it had some interesting vintage items. I tend to be drawn clothing to knit, like these lacy type knit stuff, and like I've been doing this for so long now. I just look at the sides of it. I don't go through it one by one generally when I look at clothes. I just look for certain types of patterns or materials, styles and things that I know have sold for me in the past. That was pretty cute little tank top, but I wasn't trying to go through all the clothes today and get more clothes. I have way too many that I haven't listed yet. So I left the clothes today behind. This was really cute little Winnie the Pooh coveralls for baby. Wrong season. I know seasons always come back down, but I just wasn't doing the clothing today as much. And then I say that, but I did go over to the coats here in a minute, and you'll see that I do actually pick up a clothing item. So up along the wall here, there's more frames and more furniture and pictures and stuff like that hung up. I got this, whatever you call it, console. This is very 80s, black with the gold colored hardware. It's just given super 80s. So yeah, here's the coats I go through. They generally have some really nice coats, but they do price them up as well. So I just went and scanned on the sleeves, and this one stood out to me. So it was like a brown leather, and the leather was like a super interesting crackle pattern that I hadn't really seen before. So I did pick this up actually. It's called G3, super 80s, size large, and they were asking $7.99 for it, which I thought was pretty reasonable. And upon looking it up, I discovered that it was definitely worth my while to pick up, even if I just sold it for like $20. Eventually, I'm still making a bit of a profit on it, right? But it did seem to be worth much more than that. So I'm just going through what they, I guess, would consider like their better goods or better dresses here. I almost dropped that off the rack, so I have to put it back on. Some more camera work. Fancy, like prom type dresses or that kind of a thing. Some nice sideways shots here. There's Halloween costumes. Shaders. Yeah, that one leather jacket was really all that kind of stood out to me. I don't know why I'm holding my phone so sideways like this. Oh, these chairs were really interesting. So I tried to look them up, but I was like, you can't buy chairs. What are you going to do with them? I can't ship them. And I don't have like a vendor booth or whatever, so I just left them, even though they were really cool. Somebody else would be able to enjoy them. So this section here is like Tupperware stuff, glassware stuff, kitchen, accessories and whatnot. Serving plates or something. There was a couple interesting items in this section. I didn't end up getting anything out of this section though, but there was some honorable mentions, like this really cute little cheese and pear ceramic plate, serving plate. And this, I don't know why I didn't pick up this stoneware plate. I should have. I collect these stoneware plates and I did not have that pattern. But it was one of the bigger ones, like a platter, and I'm looking for like better plates for, so maybe that's why I left it. Or I got distracted by this little granny square blanket. That's something to look out for, these kind of crochet or knit granny square blankets usually do really well. That one was, I think it was small, like a baby size blanket, and the colors on it just weren't doing it for me. It was kind of a weird color combo. And some really cute dish sets with the lemons on it, very cute. It's cute. So at this point I was like having to go pee again. And I'm gonna look around. This old like vintage dolphins comforter. Did not look at the price, and maybe I should have looked at that, but I just don't want to store it. I thought these were really cute, but they turned out to be modern, like remakes of vintage Christmas style plates. So yeah, I went to the bathroom, came back, started off in this end of this section. There was towels in the package, which were interesting to me. I was going to look them up, but I must have forgot, and so it wasn't meant to be. Some other new stock things, sheet covers and bed towels and more linens. And then this aisle here is like, I don't know, it's kind of a hodgepodge. There was like electronics and that's a little air conditioner or heater, maybe. But yeah, like electronics. Cute little crock pot. And random kitchen stuff that isn't glassware. This was a new in the box Silver Company drink OJ the Juice Man. And a little bottle that tells you how to make dressings on the side of it. Again, nothing that was like jumping out to me a lot here. A couple things I took a quick look at. I wasn't sure what this one was. More electronics, like radios and stereo. computer type stuff. The Rusty Wallace. I might have gotten that, but the straw was so chewed up. It was kind of gross. Cute little strawberry pot, but there was only one of them. Little enamel bowl. That was really cute. They were asking like $3 or $4 for it, so I didn't get that. Good and evil. I guess this, it's like a napkin holder on the thing. I did look this up and it said sponge holder on the internet, so I don't know. Anyway, I left that behind as well. Yeah, that's that section. Nothing super great. Found this albums, like photo albums bucket, and this one was super 80s, covered in like fabric. I don't know why it's such an extreme close up there. But this last little section had so much stuff on the shelf. Like tons. All the way up to the top. It had lamps and just little, what I would call tchotchkes, little items, picture frames and things like that. So I looked through here. Don't know why it's so close up. I should have backed up my screen a little bit so you can actually see it. But yeah, just tons of stuff, random things. Nothing super interesting to me anyway. On this shelf, there was this wooden bat I thought this was pretty. It was signed by the artist Jeff Gungan or something. Why am I so close up? More tchotchkes, lamps. I have a lamp problem. You might have noticed already, as seeing how I picked up 2 lamps already, and then I'm gonna pick up 2 more while I'm going through this aisle. Well, majority of what I bought today was lamps. So these are the other 2 I picked up. They were $5.99 each. And if I didn't suck at camera work so bad, then you would actually been able to see that they were 80s, like Art Deco revival, glossy, light blue, pair of little seashell type of lamps. I did end up getting those. And then this is their purse and wallets and accessories section here. I have, first, I've only been to this thrift store one other time and I did buy a purse from there. But today, nothing really stood out to me like that I had to have it. I did pick up that little picture frame. I thought that was cute. And it was vintage too. In Taiwan, most things that say made in Taiwan or Japan are going to be vintage. A really bad camera shot of some wallets and accessories. Nothing really standing out to me in the first section that I had to have. Oh, this is interesting. I thought this one was cool and it's handmade. I think they only wanted $1.99 for it, but when I looked inside of it, it had a lot of loose strings and stuff, so I left that one behind too, and I do pick it up. Try to leave things better than when I came to them. That's like a golden rule, right? Don't make a mess in the thrift store. It's rude. Dude. Oh yeah, a bunch of random like beauty care products, old curling irons and that kind of a thing. Okay, we're all done in there. I got some really cool things. I spent $45 and something. But in the rain real quick, I'll show you what I got, okay. I got this little wicker lamp, and I'll try and throw up comps here. This really cool leather jacket, which I'm trying not to get wet. These 2 lamps, this ceramic seashell lamps. This really big, I don't know if it's Burlwood or what. Burlwood or Homeco probably. Big old plastic thing. And then this mid-century adjustable double lamp. So, oh yeah, all right, there's 2 more things. Oh, bad. This.
which I did look up. And it is made by, you can kind of see it, Hearthstone USA. And then the little picture frame you guys saw. This one is vintage. It says made in Taiwan. These are little picture frames. So I looked those all up and they all seem to have pretty decent comps. This one's obviously a little rough. But that's the kind of thing, if it doesn't sell, it'll go in my house because I think it's freaking interesting. So yeah, I'll try and throw up comps for you guys on all that stuff, but that's what I got for $45, which for me is a little bit of a pay up. Anyway, until the next one.